makes the contact, has no idea where the basket is, but here's the whistle, so he shoots it.
What if I told you Kobe Bryant could have won 8 championships in today's NBA? You heard that right, 8 rings. That's more than Jordan, more than LeBron. Crazy, right? Imagine Kobe's fadeaway against Giannis, his footwork leaving Luka confused, his killer instinct matching Steph's three-point game. Today's NBA is faster, has more space, and Kobe would have eaten it up. Let's see how the Black Mamba would have crushed it in 2023. Kobe Bryant once dropped 81 points in a single game. That's wild, right? But imagine Kobe in today's NBA.
Down to 5. Bryant goes to work. Bryant the drive. Oh! Kobe Bryant on a rack attack.
Where teams are scoring like it's a video game. It's a whole new ball game, and Kobe would have been right at home. Let's break it down. Today's NBA is all about space and pace. More threes, faster breaks, and tons of scoring. Kobe would have eaten that up like it was breakfast. His game was already tailor-made for this style, but with more space? Oh boy. You know what's crazy? Some people think Kobe could have averaged 28 points per game in this era. That's insane. But think about it. With today's spacing, Kobe's fadeaway would be even more unstoppable. Defenders would be in no man's land trying to guard against his drive while also respecting his shot. And his drive game, with all that extra room to operate, forget about it. But let's talk about the three-point line. Kobe was already a sniper from deep. In today's game, where everyone's launching threes like there's no tomorrow,
starting to take matters into his own hand, Van Horn. Now you got to get this thing from Curry Kittle. Oh my gosh.
Kobe would be raining buckets from beyond the arc. He'd probably be putting up 10 threes a game. Easy. Here's a wild thought. What if Kobe played in today's load management era? Fresh legs. Kobe playing every other night, dropping 40 points like it's nothing. That's scary to even think about. The league wouldn't know what hit them. So here's the deal. Kobe's scoring average in today's game, it's not just going up, it's skyrocketing. We're not talking 28 points per game, we're talking 30 plus easy, maybe even pushing 35 on a good year. That's MVP numbers, year in and year out. But you know what? Scoring's just part of the story. Kobe wasn't just a bucket getter, he was a complete player, a killer on both ends of the court. So let's talk about how Kobe would have matched up against today's stars, because that's where things get really interesting. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Kobe versus today's superstars. Who's ready for some epic matchup? First up, imagine Kobe squaring off against Giannis. Kobe's legendary footwork against Giannis's freakish length. That's a battle I'd watch on repeat. Picture Kobe faking Giannis out of his shoes, then rising up for that sweet fadeaway. But Giannis isn't backing down. He's swatting shots left and right. It's like a chess match, but with dunks and blocks. But here's the thing. Kobe wasn't just about getting buckets. He was locking guys up on defense too. You know he made all defensive teams 12 times? That's not a typo. 12 times. Kobe would be all over these modern superstars, picking their pockets and disrupting their rhythm. Now, let's talk about Kobe versus Steph in a three-point shootout. Kobe's fierce competitiveness against Steph's otherworldly accuracy. That's the kind of showdown that breaks the internet. Steph might have the edge in pure shooting, but don't count Kobe out. His killer instinct in big moments was off the charts. Speaking of killer instinct, some people think that's what would give Kobe the edge over today's stars when the game's on the line. Imagine Kobe with the ball, seconds ticking down, against LeBron or KD. The whole arena holding its breath. That's the stuff of legends. But let's be real. Today's stars aren't pushovers. LeBron, KD, Luka, they're all absolute killers too. We're talking about some of the best to ever lace them up. Kobe would have his hands full, no doubt. Here's the deal though. Kobe's footwork, it's next level. Experts think it would leave guys like Luka in the dust. And it's not just Luka. Kobe's ability to create space and get his shot off was unreal. In today's game, with all that extra room to operate, he'd be unstoppable. You know what's wild? Kobe actually faced off against some of today's stars back in the day. Against LeBron, he averaged 27.3 points. Against KD, a whopping 29.5 points. And that was before the NBA opened up the game even more. Imagine what he'd do now. But we're just scratching the surface here. You won't believe what the experts are saying about Kobe's potential in today's game. It's mind-blowing stuff. Let's dive into that next. All right, let's talk about how Kobe's game would have changed in today's NBA. Because trust me, it would have been wild. You know how back in Kobe's day, ISO ball was king? Well, today's game is a whole different beast. It's all about smart shots and analytics now. Here's where it gets crazy. Some experts think Kobe's efficiency would have gone through the roof in today's game. More space on the court, better shot selection, it all adds up. Imagine Kobe with all that room to work. He'd be picking his spots, making defenses look silly. But here's the thing. Kobe wasn't just about getting buckets. His passing game was seriously underrated. In today's assist-heavy offenses, Kobe might have been dropping dimes left and right. Picture this, Kobe drawing double teams, then whipping passes to wide-open shooters. That's highlight reel stuff right there. Now let's talk defense. The rules have changed, making it tougher on defenders. But you know what? Kobe's basketball IQ was off the charts. He'd still be locking guys up, trust me. Kobe would be studying film, figuring out new ways to shut down these modern offenses. You know what's even crazier? Some people think Kobe would have developed a Harden-like step-back three in today's game. Can you imagine? Kobe already had a killer fadeaway. Now add a deadly step-back three to that, defenders would be having nightmares. And get this, the NBA's seen a huge jump in three-point attempts. We're talking from about 18 per game in 2011-12 to over 35 now. Kobe would have been all over that trend. He'd be launching threes like there's no tomorrow, probably hitting them at a higher clip too. So here's the deal. Kobe's game in today's NBA, it's not just evolving, it's turning into something even more lethal. We're talking about a more efficient, more versatile Kobe. A Kobe who's not just scoring, but making his teammates better too. A Kobe who's adapted to the modern game, but still has that killer instinct. But with all these changes, one big question remains. How many championships could Kobe have won in this era? Let's get into that next, because you won't believe what some people are saying. All right, we've reached the big question. How many rings could Kobe have snagged in today's NBA? Let's dive in, because this is where things get wild. First, let's talk facts. Kobe won 5 championships in his career. That's already legendary stuff. But some people think he could have won 8 championships in today's NBA. Yeah, you heard that right. 8. That's more than Jordan or LeBron. Crazy, right? Now, you might be thinking, no way that's possible. But let's break it down. Today's NBA is all about super teams. Imagine Kobe in one of those. His scoring, his clutch gene mixed with today's talent, that's a recipe for championship after championship. Think about it. In the last decade, we've seen teams like the Warriors and Heat dominate with their star-studded lineups. Kobe in one of those, he'd be unstoppable. His ability to score, to take over games, combined with other superstars, that's the stuff of nightmares for other teams. But here's the kicker. It's not just about having great teammates. It's about Kobe's mindset. His work ethic was off the charts. In today's NBA, he'd be pushing everyone to new heights. Current players and coaches still talk about how Kobe's drive inspired them. Imagine that intensity day in, day out with today's talent. That's how you build a dynasty. You know what's even crazier? Some experts think Kobe would have been even more efficient in today's faster-paced game. They're saying he could have averaged 26, 28 points per game. That's insane. And with the way players move around now, Kobe would have had so many chances to team up with other stars. So here's the deal. 8 championships for Kobe in today's NBA? It's not just some wild dream. Some experts think it could have happened. That's how much of an impact Kobe could have had in this era. But you know what? Championships aren't everything. Kobe's impact goes way beyond rings. Let's talk about how he would have changed the game today, because that's where things get really interesting. So, what have we learned? Kobe in today's NBA isn't just a wild dream. It's a what if that's got everyone buzzing. We've seen how Kobe could have lit up the scoreboard, maybe even snagged 8 championships. That's crazy, right? But it's not just about the points and rings. Kobe's impact on the modern game would have been huge. Imagine Kobe mentoring young stars, pushing them to be their best. You know what's even cooler? The NBA named the All-Star Game MVP award after him. That's how much Kobe meant to the game. Here's the thing. Kobe's legacy is still growing. The Mamba Sports Academy is keeping his spirit alive, helping young athletes chase their dreams. It's like Kobe's still out there, inspiring the next generation. So, would Kobe dominate today's NBA? You bet he would. The real question is, how much? That's something we'll be talking about for years to come. Kobe's impact, it's not just history, it's the future of basketball.